Gucci, and you are watching Gov's Radio. This is where you go if you want to see something or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple minutes. This is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Gov Radio? Call the police. Call my agent. Hi, I'm Danny Bob.
Tony, welcome to Go.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
I gotta pat you down though, pal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Got anything on you? Anything I should know?
I got nothing.
Anything weird going on?
What?
Alright, you go in, Tony.
Good. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tom Kelly of The Tom Kelly Show. Yes, this is not the only time I've gotten on my knees in the back room of a comedy club.
The Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio Show is also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Give Two Eagles Auto Body a call and please ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. That's 516-328-2527.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of the Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony on the Knock 'em Dead radio show. They're gonna keep knocking 'em dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, that Knock 'em Dead Comedy Radio.
I just want to say thanks for making my millennium. Oh my gosh. Wow. It's a love fest.
Yeah, you heard that story.
Yeah.
So I guess should I tell it again?
Oh, yeah, if you want. I mean, yeah.
You know, you guys are into comedy. Does it really help when somebody gives the punchline?
telling all your friends.
for you and all to hear. Knock 'em dead. Knock 'em dead. Comedy show. They suck.
All right. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. You just missed all the action in here. There's a fly that is driving us crazy, and he came up. He landed on my beard. So just literally seconds before we went on the ice, I slapped myself in the face, hoping to get this stupid fly, but I missed him. But hi, everybody. It's the Knock 'em Dead Comedy Show. Thanks for joining us today on this wonderful Wednesday. Michael is here.
Oh, wonderful Wednesday.
Wonderful Wednesday.
Wonderful Wednesday.
The Knock 'em Dead Comedy Show right here on Gov's Comedy Club podcast. Blah, 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 blah. Thanks for joining us today. Hope everybody is well. The Knock 'em Dead Comedy Show. We are coming at you live from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club. Please subscribe. Please follow. Please share. Please spread the word.
Beg your pardon?
Tell everybody you know about all the great shows here at Gov's Comedy Club podcast. And I feel like there was something else I was going to say, and I forgot it already. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. John is watching. Yes, please comment throughout. We love hearing from you guys. I have this ready because I want to get this son of a bitch. And I let Chris Roach in here last night to do his podcast. I opened the back door, and boom, this fly flew into the building, and then he followed us into this room. Prick. So... that's that. What?
Flies are innocent.
No, they're a pain in the ass.
Remember The Fly with Jeff Goldblum?
Oh, yeah. I do
Yeah,
remember
that was a good movie.
I forgot all about that.
When he regurgitated over his food and ate it.
Yes.
With Gina Davis.
And then they got married.
And
in real life. And then not married anymore. Okay. Ann is watching. Hello, Ann. And Fremder is there. The only fly getting a swat is Mike's. What? The only fly getting a swat is Mike's after you talk about Springsteen for an hour and a half.
Oh, God.
You know, it's funny.
Well, here we go again.
It's funny. We didn't even cover that last week. Because last week you were in here, and it was the first time you were in here since Bruce released his 7-album box set. I think we talked about it super, super quickly before we went on the air, but yeah, we never touched upon it. Mm-hmm. Would you like to?
I've listened to a lot of it.
Yeah.
His writing is brilliant. That's all I'll say. His writing is brilliant. The songs I think are not as great as his original stuff.
Yeah.
But I watched him in an interview, and he says he has another 6 albums in the vault.
Yes.
But he said the vault will be empty.
All right. So here's my thing. All right. So yeah. So I'm just gonna tell you guys again. Bruce Springsteen, just not this past Friday, the Friday before, he released 7 albums in one box set, and they all 7 were made between the years 1983 and 2018. Mm-hmm. And I listened so far. I've listened to the whole thing, all 7 albums, once through.
Wow!
So I haven't been able to start over.
And what is your take?
I do really. I'm a big fan. I have all of his albums. I've seen him in concert many times. I don't care about the politics. I don't. I just don't care. You know, he wants to take a minute. I don't care if he takes 10 minutes to talk about whatever he believes in. Knock yourself out. I just don't care.
No, we're talking just strictly about his music.
The music, right?
Yeah.
There were definitely some songs I was like, oh, that was really good.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think I would have preferred maybe just a double album, a 2-album set. With all the best songs.
Yes, absolutely.
There's a reason these things were left in the vault.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think a double album set would have covered the best songs.
Of the best ones, because there are some really good ones.
Yes, but there are some other ones, I'm like,
Yeah, that you're like,
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, we're talking, I think with these 7 albums, what they say, it's 83 songs.
83 songs.
Yeah, and so you take a double album, you're talking probably
30?
around 30. Yeah,
Yeah.
so you're talking at least 50 songs I could
50
have done
songs.
without. Yeah, so, and I'm not going to say it was awful, but it was like, I was just like, eh.
Yeah, it was, yeah, and you know me, I'm a big fan. I'm always sticking up for the guy, but I'm like,
Yeah.
meh,
Meh.
meh,
Meh.
meh.
Ava says, what's up, baddies?
Baddies.
Baddies. Ann is watching. Good morning, Ann.
Hey, but knocking it out. New Jersey.
Fremder, covering Springsteen. Of course he would. Well, it's my fault. I asked him if he wanted to do it. John Rusciello, good morning. Andrew, correct me if I'm wrong. Does Mike have the same outfit he was wearing last week?
Oh, maybe.
I actually think he's right. I think you had this, at least the collared shirt. You had that last week. I don't know about the rest of it.
Well, what's wrong with this?
There's nothing wrong with
I feel
it.
violated.
There's nothing wrong with it. We're just pointing out you've worn it 2 Wednesdays in a row.
Oh, okay.
That's all.
All right, I'll go to Kohl's afterwards.
I mean, but it's 90 degrees out there. See, I would be sweating my ass off.
You know why? You know why I wore this particular garment?
Why?
Because I thought of it just a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Like you.
Like normal people on a
Like
90-degree
normal people.
weather.
But it's a tad chilly in this particular studio.
Yeah, the air conditioning is cranking.
And you know, I don't have a thyroid, so sometimes my I can't take the heat or the cold, so you know, I just like to be prepared.
He doesn't have a penis. Fremder is also verifying that you wore this last week too.
Thank you.
But then he also points out that all your outfits look the same. All right, Fremder, while we're talking about
I have
Fremder.
heard that before, yes.
Fremder posted, was it last night or this morning? I forget. Fremder, you posted something that your book, Ink Blots.
I think I saw that on Facebook, I think.
Yeah. And that's what I'm confused about. So Jeff Oliver wrote the book, and Andrew Fremder is the illustrator. There's the back. Apparently, they couldn't get a better picture of Jeff Oliver. Let's go with the hoodie picture. What the hell? He looks like Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber. And there's Fremder trying to look like a badass, but we all know he's not. Oh, that would be cool. This book will finally come in handy. I'll hit the fly. But Fremder, you posted that Inkblots has officially launched. What does that mean?
Yeah, I thought it was out.
I've had this book. How long, Fremder? Didn't you give me this book like a year ago?
The fly's on the big screen.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, see him right near the book, right near Fremder's face.
Oh, yeah, I see him. And he's not moving. Let's see if I can make.
Uh-oh.
No,
Come
he's
on.
still there. He's still there.
Still there.
Let's see
He's
if
still
I can
there.
make this happen. He's still there. All right, hang on.
Taps is about to play.
Hang on. I missed him.
Oh, you missed him.
Son of a
bitch. Come on.
Oh, I want to kill that son of a bitch.
You know what you should do? You should use your leg.
Yeah, I'll break everything else. In
Yeah, I know.
Damn it.
You have to name him.
No.
Or her. I don't know.
No.
Oh, you just got fly jizz on me.
I missed the fly. Well, actually, I have gotten other fly. Oh, yeah, look, there's a little stain.
That's what she said.
So, yeah, Fremder, fill us in here. What's going on with this book? Yeah. So, yeah, I've had this book for, I think, at least a year.
Yeah.
And, yeah, copyright 2024. So what is going on? I don't know.
Is it a relaunch?
Maybe. Is it, well, I was going to say maybe it's gone to paperback, but this is paperback. Is it a new version? Is it updated?
Is there a sequel?
Ink Blots 2? More Ink Blots? Ink Blots Revenge? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out titles. All right. All right. I got a couple of things.
Oh, I have some sad news to report, though.
Okay.
You know, unfortunately, I lost my pet mouse.
What happened to it?
His name was Elvis, obviously named after Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
And as he's laying there dying, and with those little beady-eyed, brown, soulful eyes, he looked up at me and he said, I got caught in a trap. I can't let go.
What's brown and sticky?
Brown and sticky. I don't know if I want to know.
Stick.
Oh, do you know why Snoop Dogg uses an umbrella?
No.
Faux drizzle.
Oh, fuck. I've heard that before. Damn it.
Come on.
I forgot about it.
Oh, man.
2 goldfish are in a tank. One says to the other, hey, you know how to drive this thing? I like that one. I thought you would laugh at that one.
Did you hear about the muffins that were being cooked in an oven?
No.
One says to the other, wow, it's warm in here. And the other one says, I can't believe there's a talking muffin in here.
How much money does a skunk have?
$2.
1 cent.
God.
Where do hamburgers go to dance?
Oh, at the patty cake?
The meatball.
The meatball. 2 hamburgers, how do they introduce themselves?
How?
Meat patty.
What vegetable is kind to everyone?
One in a wheelchair?
What? The sweet potato.
You didn't get my joke?
No.
Oh, that's a terrible.
Oh, I actually did.
God.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
I know, that's dark.
Wow.
Wow.
Why didn't the son, not a son like a child, the son, why didn't the son go to college?
He had a terrible childhood?
He already has 1,000,000 degrees.
God.
Oh, this is so stupid. So a little girl asks her father, hey, can I have a pony for Christmas? He says, the oven's only big enough for a turkey. That's so stupid.
Oh, wow.
That is so stupid.
It's stupid. I love it. You know, I was walking through a car lot.
Yeah.
I was walking through a car lot. I was looking for a car, and it was huge. It was a huge lot. There was thousands of cars. So my friend calls me up, and I'm on the cell phone, and he goes, where's my joke for today? I said, I'm sorry. I'm going through a lot today.
What do I have if I have 8 red Lego bricks in one hand and 16 blue Lego bricks in the other hand? What do I have if I have 8 red Lego bricks in one hand and 16 blue Lego bricks in the other hand? What do I have?
16 plus what? 12?
16 and 8. What do I have if I have all those Legos in my hands?
I have no idea.
I have really big hands.
But they could be mini Legos. Hate to throw a curveball at you.
I said Lego bricks. I did say
Oh,
that.
you said Lego bricks.
I did say bricks.
Oh.
What does a house wear?
I stand directed. What does a house wear?
Yeah. This is so easy and so stupid.
You going to tell me?
A dress. Address. The house. The address. Yeah. All right. So last week we were talking about this. Last week. And I looked at that hair, and I said, Michael, I had the same exact hair.
Yeah.
But I couldn't find a picture to demonstrate, to show as an example. Well, there it is. It's almost the same exact freaking hairdo.
How old were you there? You were younger than I was in my picture.
Yeah, how old are you? 16, did you say?
I think I was around 16 at the time, maybe 17.
I am probably around 14.
Isn't it wild if you think about it? Look
No.
at the head of hair that we had.
Yeah.
What happened?
We lost it.
How?
People go bald. What do you mean?
I understand.
No, apparently you
Wow,
don't.
we look pretty similar.
I mean it. You haven't changed a bit. You look exactly the same.
Oh, with a deformed smile?
It is. Well, it's crooked.
Well, it's crooked because I
Lots of
broke my
people-
cheekbone.
You what? You broke your cheekbone?
Yeah, I had a hairline fracture in this cheekbone.
How did you do
My
that?
mother would not take me to the hospital, and she would not let me go to school because she was afraid of repercussions. And
Did you get into a fight?
No, I did not get into a fight. I was playing kickball and third base.
You got hit in the face with a ball. That's every Saturday night from Michael. But sorry, go ahead.
And
Kickball, third base.
Yes, and for some
I don't know.
reason-
Third base.
I don't know, third base. I don't know. What?
Abbott and Costello.
I know, Abbott and Costello. And third base was the bumper of my friend's father's truck.
Okay.
So I'm rounding second. I get hit in the head with the ball. I lose my footing, and I face plant right into the rear bumper of this truck.
Ooh.
Boom. Right here.
Oh, my goodness.
So, I mean, I think I was out. I have not out on third. I think I was out cold.
Yeah.
And I just remember my friends dragging me home, my father putting me on the couch with an ice pack, and my mother coming home. You're all right. And I just laid on the couch for like a week. My face, this whole side turned black. Wow. And I remember years later, I had to get like an X-ray, and they say you have an old hairline fracture in your cheek, and that's why when I smile, it's crooked.
Yeah, look
and
at
I have a
that.
dimple on this side, but not on this side. See how it works, yeah?
Well, move your finger. Well, you do, but that one's definitely much more
pronounced.
Yeah, pronounced.
Yeah, so I have a deformed face.
That explains a lot. Wow. Why wouldn't your mother take you to the doctor? So
You'll have to ask her, which
would be
can.
hard to do.
Yeah.
She wouldn't take you to the hospital, but
No.
she kept you home from school. I mean, I would think as a kid, I'm like, okay, that works for me.
No,
Week off
she
from
didn't
school.
keep me. No, she kept me home from school. But looking back, I think if I went to school with a black face, I think she would have got a phone call like, "How did this happen to your kid?"
Wow.
Yeah, and I was about 13 or so at the time.
I actually have video. I'll have to find it maybe for next week. We were doing a murder mystery, and Linda Bart, who she's been in here once or twice. I've been doing. Mike and I both we both met her
the 90s.
In the 90s,
Yeah.
and I've been working with her ever since. I've been working with Linda Bartolomeo, that's her full name, for almost 30 years. Which, if you told me in 1996 or 7, whatever
Yeah, I
year it
would
was,
never believed it either.
if anybody said that you two will be working together for 30 years, what? I'm nothing against her.
Oh, no.
They were just other people I was closer
she's
to. Or
terrific.
She is. And she is, in my opinion, she's the face of Knock 'em Dead comedy as far as the murder mysteries are concerned. Audiences absolutely adore her. She's hilarious, and she's just wonderful, and she's the nicest person. But I don't do it so much anymore, but I used to video every single show. I used to bring a camera, set up in the corner, and I used to record every single show. And she went through this weird thing where, like, it was like 5 shows in a row or some shit. She fell. So,
I hate to laugh because you could get hurt.
No,
but
it is funny, but that's the thing. There was one, and I have it on video, where she's walking around and she steps, like her skirt was long, so like the bottom of the skirt got under her feet, so she stepped on it.
So she tripped over a dress.
Lands flat on her face. And, we're all mic'd up. And so you hear, boom! And you just hear her go, ugh. So the whole cast, like we're in the middle of the show, but we all ran to her. I kind of realized, all right, well, there's 4 or 5 people running to her. I went back to the soundboard and turned her mic off, just in case, I don't know. But yeah, so she, it started getting black. Was that thing just on my face again? I felt a little sensation here.
No, I didn't see him. I think he's taking a nap.
Before the show was even over, all right here was starting to turn to turn black. The next day, she sent me a picture. It looked like Mike Tyson's face tattoo.
Yeah.
I mean, it was all over the place. And that was a different show where she hit her elbow, and then the next day her elbow was no, not even the next day. By the end of the show, it was like Popeye has those big elbows.
Yeah.
Audience members were coming up to her after the show. Please go to the hospital. Please get this checked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this one, it just all bruised up and all black, like all over, like down to like here. It was terrible. I'll never forget it, man. I'll have to.
She get knocked out?
No.
Yeah, I don't know if I got knocked out or either. I just remember falling on the bumper and my friends basically carrying me home.
If you're going downstairs, like sometimes the ceiling, comes down and then,
Oh, yeah.
So
if you're tall, you have to duck a little bit?
Right. Well, so my mother, her apartment is like that. And when Frank and I were kids, I don't know what was doing. I was teasing him about something. He's chasing me around the house. We're messing around. It wasn't serious, but
yeah,
he's chasing me around the house, and I'm at the stairs, and I start to run down the stairs to get away from him. And I don't know how many steps it is. Let's just say it's, 15 steps. I was only maybe 3 steps down, and I decided to jump the rest of the way. And I just went, poof. And I think, I'm not positive, but same thing. To this day, I do think I may have been out cold for maybe a minute or two.
Yeah.
My brother didn't, I don't think he saw it. I don't think he realized what had happened. But my brother's very big and lazy. So he wasn't coming down the stairs. So I think once he saw me going down the stairs, he just gave up on chasing me. So I don't think he even realized what happened. But yeah, I remember like opening my eyes, just being sprawled down on the stairs. And I'm like, oh. And to this day, there's a dent on the wall on that
from
part,
your skull.
From my skull. It's still there to this day.
So what? I guess your brother said, he fell. I'll go back to the Merv Griffin show.
Probably, yes. And it probably was Merv Griffin. Yeah, it probably was. Yeah. Let's see. What is going on here?
It's wild how people laugh at people falling. Because you see videos all the time, right?
Yeah.
And you could die.
I once saw a kid that I went to school with. I think we were in 8th grade, maybe 9th grade. I was crossing the street. It was a main road, Broadway in Hicksville, Route 107. I was crossing the street, and I saw this kid, Tom Landry, was that? I think I might have
Landry, the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, that's why I think I have the name wrong. Maybe he was. Shit, I'm drawing up. The last name was Landry. I can't remember the first name. But he was crossing the street, and we weren't together. But we were both maybe a few hundred feet apart, both crossing the street. But I could tell it was him.
Yeah.
And we saw each other and we're waving. But I don't know. I just happened to keep watching him as he's running across this main road. He ran right into a bus.
What?
He wasn't, because he wasn't looking. He wasn't paying attention.
He didn't see this large vehicle?
No.
He ran into the side of the bus?
He ended up breaking his jaw. His jaw was wired for months. I remember him in school. He'd be in school with his wired shut jaw. Mike, not that I would have gotten to him that quick because we were a distance apart.
Yeah.
But and other people got to him within seconds. And I did. I never walked over because I was laughing too hard. I was freaking laughing my ass off.
Yeah.
Which I'm usually not that bad. If somebody really gets hurt, I'm usually. But if somebody doesn't get hurt, I'm the first one.
Yeah.
I've told that story a million times in here with the Monkees, when I saw them at Westbury Music Fair and Davy Jones fell off the stage.
No, I don't.
Oh, really? I've never told you?
No.
I've told it on here several times because Westbury Music Fair, they have the round stage.
Yes.
So I guess you're doing a tour. And, with the Monkees, they had, scripted bits in between songs, with all their hacky, silly jokes because they're the Monkees. And, it's a part in the show where I'm sure he runs backwards in every single show, but he's on a stage. So, he probably either runs backstage or he just runs across the stage. Well, so he probably forgot. I don't blame him or anything, but he's running, so it's a circle stage. So he's running backwards, falls right off, tumbles down some stairs. The whole audience, you just hear a big collective, except for one guy. I laughed.
wonder who that guy was.
I did not stop laughing for the rest of the show. I mean, this was probably like halfway through the show. I did not stop laughing. It was one of the funniest things to this day, one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Isn't it funny how we laugh at people's injuries?
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. If they're not hurt, I will be the first to crack, without a doubt.
I still can't understand why he didn't see the bus.
If I didn't see it, maybe I wouldn't have believed it, but I saw the whole thing. And hey, you know what? I did it too. I think it was in high school. We had open campuses back then. It's not like it is now. So there was this one strip mall that was close to the high school, so everybody would go there. Pizza. There was a deli. Whatever you were getting for lunch. I actually lived very close to there. Sometimes I would even race home. I would sit home for 15 minutes and then race back.
Yeah.
Stupid, but yeah, I was riding my bike. I was riding my bike back to school. I'm in the middle of the road on 4th Street in Hicksville. In the middle of the road, see some buddies I'm going back to school for lunch. They just left the school for lunch. But I just see some buddies, and I'm waving, and I'm talking to them as I'm riding my bike. I'm in the middle of the street, just yelling. They're yelling back. We're talking right into the back of a car. I mean, I hit the car so hard, I flipped off the bike, landed on the hood of the car. Car slams on the brakes. The guy gets out. He didn't know what to like. I don't think he even saw me coming. Just all of a sudden, boom, 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 some idiot's on his car. He gets out. He didn't even say a word. That's all I see is this guy. And I just went, I'm okay. And I'm already laughing to the point where I'm crying.
Yeah.
Because I'm an idiot. My buddies are they're dying. And my bike was fine, thank goodness. I just jumped back on the bike and went back. And then by the end of the day, I'm hearing from pretty much everybody. Just learn how to ride a bike today, shit like that. Like it was like all over the school. All right. So Fremder, is this going to be the highlight of the show? Trying to kill flies. All right, calm down there, Romeo. All right. So Fremder says, the book's been out for a while, but now you can get it at Barnes and Noble. Oh, so it's been out for a while, but now Barnes and Noble just picked it up. Wow, that's. All right, in all seriousness, that's kind of impressive.
That's a pretty
right.
That's a pretty big deal.
I would think that is a big deal, actually. Yeah. Wow. Well, congratulations to you, pal. Wow. And I don't know, like, what's the process there? Is that is there a distributor or something, or or do they have an independent section? I'm curious how that works. Mike, you should put on a wig and be the old lady that swallowed a fly. All right, the book's been out for a while on Amazon. Just got to Barnes & Noble. I think I autographed a copy. Keep it around. It might one day be worth something. What, you autographed my copy? I don't have any knowledge of that or any recollection of that. No, I don't. I don't think
did we go through this book yet? And
I've gone through it a few times. I've gone through the pictures a few times to look at Fremder's artwork. No, I don't see any autograph on here.
His artwork is pretty amazing.
Yeah, I'll tell you the truth. I'm more. He's definitely a talented guy, and he's more. But I enjoy his music than I enjoyed the artwork here. He does some scores. Oh, I didn't even.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Let's see this about the artist.
Oh, the artiste.
Andrew first put a pencil to paper at 5 years old. Yeah, like most people did. Obsessed with the characters and creations he has seen in movies. Yeah, definitely an obsession. He's obsessed with Batman. By the age of 10, he knew that this was going to be a world that he could not escape. However, classical music was a heavy influence on his work, as it would be on the record player, as he would be drawing with the influences of composers such as Hans Zimmer, Danny Elfman, and John Williams. To Andrew, every piece of art whether it's on paper or a screen, is accompanied by a soundtrack. Is that so? All right, so here's our soundtrack. To him, this only meant one thing. Now he would have to start to play the music in the background, including all the instruments, such as guitar, bass, piano, violin, keyboard, cello, the triangle, the xylophone, and the kazoo, in addition to creating his world on paper. Years down the road of being obsessed with art and music, he began playing multiple grand venues, such as the Gramercy Theater, Irving Plaza, and King Cullen, all while pursuing art.
Queen Cullen?
Aside from playing shows, he has also composed various soundtracks and scores that can be heard in the movie Apex Rising, produced and directed by James Taracchia. Also in the movie Debbie Does Dallas, with the idea of the music conveying a scene and the picture behind it. It began to take a life of its own.
Oh, I love it.
With the visual effects influences, With the visual effects influences of some of the With the visual effects influences of some of the creators over at Industrial Light and Magic, Emblem Entertainment, and Universal Pictures, once Andrew saw the power of digital creation, he began working with Lightstorm Digital VFX, and he knew that being the creator of all worlds in his imagination was inevitable. And now we're sucked into that world.
We are.
Being able to take someone away to a place... Oh, the phone fell. Being able to take someone away to a place with what they hear and see is what drew Andrew to continue his passion of being able to manipulate one's mind, of his perception of creation and innovation.
So you're telling me he plays all these different types of instruments, or he just writes scores?
I do believe... Thank you, soundtrack.
I'd like to know what he did at King Cullen.
I do believe he plays all these instruments, yes.
Wow.
I do believe he
plays the organ well.
Well, yeah, by his own admission, I'm sure. Let's see. All right, so I got a story I want to tell you, but I want to finish reading the comments first. Okay, but in all seriousness, congratulations on the Barnes & Noble thing. That's really cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
John Rusella, Ava, make him stop, please. I don't know what he's talking about. All right, Fremder, my transgender friend told me he wanted to be a superhero. I said, what are you going to join, the X-Men? Oh, my goodness. Fremder says, Mike, it looks like you face planted a bumper on the way here. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah. Tony, according to your brother, you're a good fella. Oh, because I fell down the stairs? I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh, a good fella.
Carol says she remembers that. What do you remember? Davy
Hi,
Jones?
Carol.
Yeah, hi, Carol. Sorry. That's a good venue, the West Bay Music Fall. Carol remembers when Landry broke his jaw. I think that's what she's talking about. Because then she says, yeah, the deli was so good. Chicken cutlet sandwich, yum. Yeah, I can't remember the name of the deli, but I remember the owners. It was a husband and a wife. It was a great deli. But I think she's talking about Landry's face.
His first name was Landry?
No, his last name was Landry. But I think it was Tom. But I feel bad for getting. I've known him since we were little kids. We played baseball together. Like I haven't seen him since high school, which is why I'm drawing a blank. But Ann says too that she's guilty of laughing at people falling.
Oh yeah,
it's a great gut laugh.
Mm-hmm.
What? Deli in my belly, took a shit and left a smelly. Okay, thanks, Fremder.
Okay.
And then everybody's congratulating Fremder. Oh, Ann is not aware of Fremder doing music scores. I played one on here. Oh, you didn't know that either?
No.
It's been a while, obviously. I played one of his scores on here a long time ago. Fremder, send me some more, and I'll play them. I'll play them next Wednesday.
Yeah, while I'm wearing a different garment.
Exactly. Frank Walker says, all confirmed for tomorrow's show. All right. Well, thanks for that segue. So tomorrow's an exciting day here on Gov's Comedy Club podcast.
Thursday.
Tomorrow on this show,
Thursday.
That's right. We will be talking to May Pang, and that is May in that picture.
May Pang.
May Pang, as you can see in the picture with her, is John Lennon. May Pang was a girlfriend of John Lennon's. She lived with him for a year and a half.
You told me about her, yes.
Yeah, there was a time in the 70s when him and Yoko split up for a while.
And didn't Yoko pick her to be?
Actually, well, yeah,
right?
she worked for them as an assistant. And so she knew them both. And when Yoko and John were splitting up, Yoko went to May Pang and said, "You should, I want you to go be with John and take care of him while we're split." And she's like, "What are you, fucking nuts? What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
But then John, eventually, started making the moves. And I don't know if it was Yoko who said to John, "You go be with her." I don't know. But John eventually made the moves on her, so she went for it. And they lived together for, a year and a half. In L.A. for a while, then also here in New York. Very pretty woman. Much better looking than Yoko.
Yes.
Much more normal, although anybody's normal compared to Yoko. But he appeared to be he appeared to be very happy during his time with May Pang.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And she's going to be here?
She's Zooming.
Wow.
She's Zooming in with me and
How
Frank.
did you land that?
Frank made it happen. So Jeff Skelzy, who's in here on Mondays, he reached out to May Pang first. She's got a few books out about her time with John. She just put out a documentary about a year ago, and she has an art gallery. She took a ton of pictures during her time at Lennon. So in August, somewhere out east in Sag Harbor, there's going to be an art gallery of her work.
Wow.
I think, I'll ask her tomorrow, I think she did some photography work prior to her time at Lennon. So I don't know if this is just a Lennon gallery or not.
Yeah.
I don't know. But so she's out there promoting this art exhibition that's happening in August. So Jeff had reached out to her first, and he got no response. And then Frank took it upon himself to try, and she responded to him.
Wow.
So me, Frank, and Jeff will be here tomorrow, and she'll be Zooming in. That's going to be cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah. But now also tomorrow, we have a show on Thursdays at 8 o'clock called Primal Scream with Nick Greystone. His guest tomorrow is the one and only Diane Franklin.
Oh, you told me about her. Where is she from again?
She was in the movie Better Off Dead. She was a bunch of 80s movies, but there she is. She's definitely recognizable to some of you guys from the 80s. Better Off Dead is what I know her mainly from, but she was also in a bad 80s movie called Tomboy. She was in the Amityville Horror 2. So she's kind of famous for that one, too. And they're doing, also in August, at the Cinema Arts Center in Huntington, they're doing a screening of Amityville Horror 2 and Better Off Dead, and she will be there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so she's promoting that.
So she lives locally, I'm assuming.
I don't think she does, actually, but she's coming in. So she's Zooming in with Nick tomorrow night.
She had the same hair we did.
Well, it looks a lot better on her, I'll tell you that.
She's a little
very pretty woman. Yeah, and that's obviously a picture from the 80s, but she still looks really damn good.
Oh, so she aged well.
Very well. Yeah, she looks very, very good. So, kind of an exciting day tomorrow. So, May Pang. Of course, we got Coffee with the Dog in the morning. May Pang here. No Sports Bash tomorrow. There's Sports Bash today.
Today.
And he's
Could
got...
I see your sandwiches?
That's right, yeah. He's got, it's Sports Bash, but his guest in studio today is a man named Robert Neary, who is who does a Neil Diamond show. Dresses up like him and does all the songs like a tribute act.
Wow.
But that's the guest on today's Sports Bash in studio. So, and then Sports Bash is on again Friday afternoon this week. The schedule's a little crazy this week, but yeah. So it's kind of, we got some cool stuff going on around here.
I think the fly's dead.
I hope so. Maybe I did get him when I smacked.
Well, I think he knocked over your phone before to say F you.
Yeah, right. All right, let's see. What's going on here? All right, so Fremder's saying, whoops, I thought I signed it. I'll do it next time I'm there. All right. Yeah, I'll hold you to
Because he
that.
doesn't live in New York, correct?
Fremder lives out east. Yeah,
Oh, he lives out east.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't invite him that often. Yeah, everybody's congratulating him. Yeah, that is very cool. Andrea is here. Hello, Andrea.
Hi, Andrea.
Romeo's asking how she's feeling. Oh, before we get to that, Fremder says, I'm just joking, Mike. I only make fun of you because I like you.
Well, you know, there's an old saying: the people that are made fun of the most are the most liked. At least that's what I like to tell myself.
There's also an old saying: when you tell somebody you like them, means you're gay. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, God. Thank you, Andrew, the illustrator.
Yeah, Ann wants to hear the music too, so she's
Yeah,
asking.
me too.
Yeah, all right. So, Fremder, get that to me. I'll play it next week.
Why didn't he put Howard Shore in there as an inspiration? I would like to know, Andrew.
Yeah, you should ask him, not me. Well, there's a ton
Howard Shore.
There's a ton of composers you can.
Well, John Williams is great, obviously.
Right. Henry Mancini. Like, I'm sure you can.
Henry Mancini.
You know,
I think he died from bad meat in the can. I'm okay.
Andrea says she's healing, and she thanks John for asking. Glad to hear you're healing there, Andrea. Carol Miner, my BF Laura Hackett, who lived across the street on Bob White, was famous for laughing at every fall I had. One time on our bikes on Levittown Parkway on my way back from Hillary Sperber's house with my clarinet. Believe me, I'm with you. I laugh at all that stuff. Carol, I beat the crap out of her, and to this day she brings it up and laughs her ass off. It's funny now. That's funny. Yoko sang May Pang John Bang. Yes.
You know, it's wild watching. I wonder what emotion is tapped into the human experience when you see someone fall. Because obviously it's a terrible thing when someone falls. Anything could happen. But our natural reaction is to laugh.
Yeah.
Is it our just fight or flight response? Is it just out of nervousness? I have no idea.
It might be nervousness. I'm also one of those guys, like if someone says something insulting to somebody or they say something they shouldn't say, like, you know, like you see it in movies all the time, like at a wedding, the best man's giving his speech and he'll say a whole bunch of inappropriate things.
Yeah.
I'm the guy that will start laughing.
Oh, you will.
At the guy saying that because, I have another example. When we baptized our son, we're at the christening. It was actually right across the street.
Zachariah.
St. Bernard's or St. Bernard's, depending on how you pronounce it. The priest.
St. Bernard the dog? No, mind. Yeah, I'm sorry, the priest.
He is, he was an Indian fella. Like, you know, India or, you know, that part of the world. And so, and I think he even said that he was only there for a few weeks. He was brand new at this church. So very thick Indian accent. Couldn't understand half the things he was saying. So, so they, you know, you have the babies up there. They do the holy water and all that stuff. So as the parents are up there, I'm trying to remember.
Which was you and Lisa.
Right. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Right. That's why I was getting confused because I remember sitting in my seat for this. It was the godparents were up there for this.
I see.
So,
I see.
So they're up there with the baby, you know, getting the holy water. And the priest looks out and he goes, and I don't do a good Indian accent, but he just goes, in my country, we have custom where we clean the baby's feet.
Mm-hmm.
Like as part of the baptism ceremony.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you see everybody just kind of, and people are whispering, do we do that? Like, so he goes.
I have heard of that tradition.
Have you?
Actually, yeah.
I never heard of this before. And you can see by everybody there, they never heard of it either. I'm telling you, everybody's just, and you hear the rumbling. And so he's just, and he's standing, he doesn't even have a baby, but he's going like this, like he's like demonstrating, you know. So I cleaned the baby's feet with my hand, with the water, and nobody's, and now I am laughing hysterically. And like I'm the guy that laughs at the inappropriate moments.
I see, yes.
And that always stuck with me too. And then he sort of like says, "Oh, so you don't do that?" And then like almost everybody, together, no, like everybody just thought it was like, "What are you, some kind of weirdo?" So
Wow.
I am just laughing hysterically at this damn thing. I thought it was, and then it was funny because like a month later I bump into him at Costco. I'm walking down an aisle with my car to Costco, and there's the priest. And I actually said to him, I go, "You been washing any feet?" Because he didn't have the collar or anything. He was just walking, so nobody would know.
Yeah.
But I recognized him. And I went up to him. I go, "So you washing any feet?" And he did. I said, "My son was just baptized by you about a month ago, and you said something about washing their feet." And he, "Oh," like that. And then he kept walking.
Oh, my God.
But yeah, I'm the guy that laughs at the inappropriate.
Chicken.
And I don't hold back. I'm the guy that, like I said, Davy Jones falls
Oh, I
off
know
stage.
you a long time. I know.
I saw Melissa Etheridge at Jones Beach once. At the end of the show, she's reaching over the stage to shake hands, and she went right over. She just bent over too far, went right down.
Oh,
and I did. I started to laugh at the same time, thinking, "Wow, I hope she didn't land on her head and break her neck." But because I couldn't see her, she fell, and then you just see all the people. So I didn't know, but I was laughing anyway.
What do you call an army of lesbians?
My fantasy come true? I don't know.
Militia Etheridge.
Oh my God.
That's a Jennifer joke. So if you want to,
Ava, go smack your mom for me. That's terrible. All right. Any more comments? Fremdo, I used to play the clarinet. All right. I don't know why. I'm not reading the rest of that. And I'm not reading that one either. Okay. I have a nice little story that I'd like to share with you guys today.
what is it? Sesame Street?
What?
You said a nice story.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I don't get it. What do you mean?
It's a nice story. I mean, this is a Governor's Studio podcast. I didn't think nice stories would come out of here. It'd be funny stories. Do we understand?
Unfortunately. So yesterday, a man by the name of, actually, I wonder if you know this name, Tony Chiafalo? Chiafalo? Chiofalo. Chiafalo. Tony Chiafalo.
I don't believe so.
He's from out east somewhere, and he's a local actor. And he's worked with various Long Island community theaters. And he posted on Facebook that there's going to be a production of A Bronx Tale, the musical, at the Belmore Theater in Belmore. And we've talked about this theater before on the show. This is a theater. It's a one-house theater. Like, it's not like a multiplex. It's a one-house theater. They do a lot of independent films. In fact, this weekend... Oh, yeah, this weekend they have a Long Island Film Festival. And me and Don have a 10-minute short that's playing in the festival, and it's up for an award. And I don't remember what the category is, forgive me. But if anybody's around this Saturday at 1 o'clock, I think it's like an hour.
Belmore has 2 theaters, correct?
Well, right. There's one up on Bedford Avenue that's like 8 theaters.
Because my daughter-in-law actually was the manager of that one.
Oh, okay.
Of the movie house.
Right. Now, this is one it's a one-theater house. It has a movie screen, but it also has a stage in front of it. Right. So they have concerts, they have live plays, special events, and movies. And that's the one she worked at, or the other one?
No, the movie house.
Oh, okay. Because Zach works at this one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is all a coincidence, but yeah, if anybody's around this Saturday at 1, they're showing. I think it's an hour of like 10, 15-minute short films.
Yeah, nice.
And ours is one of them. It's called The Last Class, with Fudge the comedian, who you guys have seen here, and Mary Capone, who you've seen here before too. It's a 10-minute film called The Last Class. So Don was a director, and he wrote it. Zach was the cameraman and the director of photography, and I produced it and provided my house to film it in. So, that's this Sunday. I don't know why I keep saying Monday. This Saturday at 1 o'clock. So anyway, So this guy posts that at this one theater house in Belmore, the movie, Belmore movie, a live production of A Bronx Tale the musical is playing. Now, I love A Bronx Tale. Love that movie.
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen the live production. When I heard it became a musical, I'm like, eh. But this guy, he puts in his Facebook post that he's all excited because he's, I think, starring in it, or he's one of the main actors. So good for him.
He's playing Sonny?
I'm not sure who he's playing, but that's my guess.
Yeah, he's an older guy?
He looks like he's around our age.
Okay.
I don't know exactly, but he looks like he could be around that age. So my guess is he's playing Sonny, Chaz Palminteri's part. But in the post, he writes all proceeds going to the Nassau County PAL Special Needs Unit. So,
wow.
Eileen, our administrator, who was in here once when I had the whole Special Needs Unit board in here, she sends a text to me and our police officer.
Mm-hmm.
Any of you guys know anything about this? I'm like, no, I have no idea what this is about. So I look up the guy on Facebook, this Tony Chiafalo, and I see that he's a local actor. I see we have a ton of mutual friends, as an actor as well. So obviously we have a ton of mutual friends. So I just friend requested him. He accepted it immediately. I guess he just happened to be on. So I messaged him. I said, Tony, pleasure to meet you. I said, I don't know if we've ever crossed paths before. I said, because I've been, on the local scene for a long time. I said, but I'm also the president of the Nassau County PAL Special Needs Unit. I said, what's your connection? It turns out he doesn't have any connection. He's working with a theater called the Lighthouse Theater. They do traveling productions. And they their mission is to put on these shows for charity, for various charities. So they're doing this production of A Bronx Tale, and they've been in touch with Chaz Palminteri. So Chaz is involved with some charity, Child Reach, I think it's called. Forgive me, I don't know it off the top of my head, but it's something like that. where they collect money and give it out to charities. So when talking to him about doing this production, he said, according to this guy Tony, Chaz told them, okay, well, if you're going to do this, raising money for a charity, do it for something that's for kids that involves policemen. So that's when they say, oh, okay, PAL.
Yeah.
And then from doing their research with the PAL, they found the Special Needs Unit and decided to do it there. I'm like, holy crap. I said, so you don't need anything from us? He goes, no. He goes, they do some kind of newsletter where they're going to have a full-page ad about the whole thing, which they're paying for. They're doing a total of 7 performances at this theater. All the proceeds are coming to SNU.
Wow.
And I'll be honest with you. I don't know this guy for a hole in the wall. We were shocked that this was going on. So I expected at some point for a bomb to drop, where he would say, all you got to do is give us $5,000 and
right. Yeah.
Nothing. He sent me a long email detailing how all this is working. They don't need anything from us. It's all just money being raised.
When is this happening?
So let me show you. I have the poster. So a Lighthouse Theater presents A Bronx Tale. They're doing 7 performances between August 1st and August 10th at the Belmore Showplace.
Wow.
Yeah, I was right. Child Reach is the name of Chaz's.
Child Reach.
Yeah. And you can see it says there on the bottom, PAL Special Needs Unit. Now, this show is running, like I said, 7 shows between August 1st and August 10th. But on August 2nd only, I don't know if he's going to be there or if it's some kind of, Zoom setup where he'll be on a big screen. But there is some kind of Q&A with Chaz Palminteri after the show on August 2nd. And for the rest of the shows, they have a pre-recorded message from Chaz Palminteri. And this guy, Tony, has told me that Chaz, he goes into the whole thing, what this is about, but mentions the Nassau County PAL Special Needs Unit. So I'm like, holy shit, this is amazing.
It's incredible.
This is the nicest thing I think almost anybody's ever done. So, if you want, I posted it on my Facebook. It's on the Nassau County PAL Special Needs Unit Facebook page. you see there's a QR code.
QR code.
A QR code there if you want to get tickets. I bought my tickets for August 2nd because if Chaz is there, I'd love to meet the guy. So I'm going August 2nd. But then they actually said to me, too, the guy asked me, how many performances can you come to? Because we would love to have you come up and say a few words before each show. I'm like, holy shit. And, of course, as an actor who, plays in front of an audience, you don't have to tell me twice to get in front of people. So, and then, so on top of this, now I need to tell you, Michael Kaplan, that I do not know this man, Tony Chiafalo, okay?
Right.
But he is an actor, which is something you can identify with.
Yep.
And he's local, like you and I. He is coming in here next Wednesday.
Nice.
He's going to join us.
Okay.
So you will not, be left out. There will be no inside jokes between me and him because I don't know him.
Yeah.
So you don't have to get up and leave.
Okay.
You can sit here and enjoy the man and get to know him along with me.
Sure.
So next Wednesday he's coming in. To tell
I'll
us.
have to look him up. I'll friend request him.
There's. I have a ton of mutual friends with him. Some of them you will know as well.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So I thought that was really kind of crazy. I thought that was the weirdest thing.
Great story.
It's great, but I thought it was really odd. Yeah. So we're very excited about that. Gregory Halverson on the air. How are you, pal?
Hey, Tony. How you doing, man? How's it going?
All right. How about yourself?
Very good, sir. I'm watching the show, and I just saw you talking about the Bronx Tale thing.
Yeah.
With Tony Ciafalo. I know Tony. I did a show with him. He's a great guy.
Really?
And he'll be a really good guest for you. He's terrific. He really is a great guy.
Yeah.
You like him a lot.
How did you pronounce the last name?
I pronounce it as Tony Ciafalo. I could be wrong, but Tony's a good guy. You like him a lot.
Okay.
I did a show with him. It was a Peter Pan show. We did it in New York City.
Oh, wow.
And he brought me into it like really late in the production, and I learned the role real fast. And he was such a good guy to work for, and he goes to a lot of my shows. He goes to some of the Christmas shows I was doing out in Riverhead and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So he's a great guy. He'll be a really good guest for you, and his thing with Chaz Palminteri, that's a great thing that he's doing.
I was, again, without any connection to us whatsoever, and then he didn't even reach out to us. He just posted this, and we're tagged in it. We're like, oh, okay, who is this guy? Yeah. I should have thought, my apologies, I should have thought to reach out to Greg Halverson, because everybody in the Long Island, anybody that acts on Long Island, they're not a true actor if they don't know Greg Halverson, because you...
I agree with you.
Do you, if you're free next Wednesday, you feel like joining us, come on in.
It's a possibility.
Okay.
I wouldn't say yes to it, but it's definitely a possibility. But like I said, he's good. He's a great guy. His shows are top-notch. He really knows what he's doing.
Okay. Good to know. And coming from you, that definitely relieves a lot of my suspicions. Yeah.
You'll really enjoy him. He'll be a great guest, and like I said, his productions are just fantastic.
Wow.
You'll love them. Yeah, you'll love that show. It'll be really good.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, I do.
Top quality stuff.
All right. Yeah, I don't know who else is in it and or anything, but I do. I'm a big fan of that particular show. I've never seen the musical version, but
me neither.
Okay.
The movie's a classic, but I'm sure Tony's production will do it justice.
Okay. Wow. Good to know. Thanks, pal. I appreciate that.
All right, man. Anytime, Tony. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, Greg. Thanks.
Okay. Bye-bye.
See ya. Very nice. Greg Halverson checking in. Love Greg. He's such a good dude. Ava said done. Good. Meaning what? You smacked your mom for me? That's good.
Nice.
Excellent. Carol, it's your nervous response to those situations because empathy go to help and worry. What? There's Vicky. Hi, Vicky. Fremder, Melissa Etheridge was hot. I'd love to be the chick that comes through her window. But
is that him?
That's him. Do you know him?
No. We have 5 mutual friends.
That's it?
That's it.
Who are they?
You? Rich Walker?
Oh,
Carahan.
who's Karahan? That's a.
She's a local.
Oh, that's a friend of yours. I'm thinking friend.
No,
of
it's
Let me see.
It's a local person that's in the political world.
Oh, is that the one that is with the guy that I went to high school with? Remember that you were working with somebody when you were campaigning. You were working with somebody that is married to a guy I went to high school with, John Marchetti.
John Marchetti.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, that's not the woman. Okay. All right. So Romeo says Bronx Tale was filmed in Queens. Yes, it was. And he says that is a great man. Yeah.
Oh, Chaz. Yeah.
Well, no, I think he's talking about.
Oh, this guy.
What Tony?
Oh,
what Tony Ciafalo is doing. Yeah, I very completely floored and honored and appreciative. So yeah, very cool. What else we got here? Oh, we would like to congratulate our Rosie. Rosie Fiumara, who you see in here every Friday.
Fiorama. I always have
Fiumara.
trouble with her last name.
You're right, you just did just now. It's Fiumara.
What?
Fiumara.
I just said that.
No.
Fiorama.
Right. Wow.
What?
Fiumara.
Oh, Fiumara.
Yeah.
Why did I think it was an R? Fiorama.
No.
Maybe it just rolls. Oh.
That's Wonderama with Bob McAllister.
Bob McAllister. He's dead, I think.
Oh, he's been dead probably 40 years, that guy.
I hope so. They put him in a box.
There you go. Rosie Fiumara, who you can see in here every Friday with me, who you saw last night. She was with Chris Roach on his podcast. 1 year ago today was her first comedy appearance. The first time she performed comedy on a stage. Yeah.
And now she performs here, right?
She has, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. But she plays the Giggle Room a lot, and yeah.
Very nice.
And she'll be back. She was not here last Friday on the 4th, but she'll be back this week. So, yeah, congratulations to Rosie. That's wonderful. She's been, moving up the ranks fast and working her way around.
Not Fiorama.
No.
God almighty.
Now you're going to make me screw it up. Fiumara.
Fiumara.
F-I-U. F-I-U, man.
F-I-U.
F-I-U-M-A-R-A.
M-A-R-A.
You're switching the M and the R.
And the R, yeah.
Yeah, Fiumara.
I'll have to work on my dyslexia.
Yes, you will.
Oh, God.
So, I didn't ask you how your 4th was.
Nice.
Okay, good. All right.
Well, I got to see the grandkids. That was fun.
You got to see the what?
The grandkids.
Oh, the grandkids. Oh, very nice.
And my son and daughter-in-law and his friends.
How old are the grandkids now?
Gia is 8. Melania, she'll be 9 in September. Melania is 7. And Carmelo, the little linebacker, is 4. And a funny story. So Jennifer has got big eyes for Carmelo. He's a cute little kid, and he's like whatever. And so he was in a bouncy house with water, and he looks up at Jennifer, and you could see he's got big eyes for her. You know, she's very pretty, all that, whatever. And she gives him a lot of attention. So he looks up at her and he goes, "You're a loser." And she goes, "We don't talk like that anymore. If you
anymore, we used to."
Well, like it used to be like if you liked a girl, you would hit her or pull her hair.
Oh, okay,
okay. Call her name, and he goes, "All right, you're a winner." I don't know. It was funny. Maybe you had to be there. I don't know.
Oh, that's the whole story.
That's the whole story.
Oh, okay.
We got our face painted, Jennifer and I. That was fun.
You guys got your face painted?
Yes, because the kids were there. It was a 4th of July.
They painted it. The kids did it.
No, professionals.
Oh, it wasn't who I.
No, it was not. Because when I saw the booth, I was looking and I'm like, okay, good.
Little inside stuff.
Oh yeah. And then we went to a party. Went to a 4th of July party at her family's house. After that. So it was a very wonderful day.
Her family's house. They're on the island or no?
Yeah, we went to Mount Sinai.
Oh, okay. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
You used to live very close to Mount Sinai.
I still do. I live in Quorum.
Oh, that's true, yeah. You're right.
How was your 4th of July?
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I know you had a funny show in here.
We did. We had a great show in here. And then I had some work to do that afternoon, but then Lisa had some family over.
Nice.
So, which includes Don. So,
do you notice fireworks are getting more explosive every year?
We have a show in here Monday nights called Steve Squared. And they leapfrog. 1 week they're remote and they do the show remotely. And then every other week they're here in the studio. Sorry, am I boring you?
No.
Okay. Every other week they do the show here in the studio. And when they're here in the studio, it's called Steve Squared because it's two guys. They both named Steve. So one of them comes in every week with, he still reads a newspaper, like physical newspaper. And he actually, instead of writing it down or anything, he actually just saves the page. So he comes in with a pile of newspapers from the past 2 weeks.
Wow.
Just sets them down and then just goes over everything he wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
And that was one of the articles. How Newsday ran an article on how fireworks have gotten more extensive.
Unbelievable.
In every Long Island neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't read the article. I'm going by what Steve said, and I don't recall if this was an anonymous source or if it was some authority figure of some sort that was admitting it. But in the article, it said that the police have admitted that they don't enforce this law anymore. That
obviously
right.
It would be an impossibility. Yeah.
Because it does seem like. Yeah, you look up and it's like professional grade fireworks everywhere you go.
Yeah, it's not just like the little ones that we had when we were kids.
Right.
No.
When it first started getting dark, one of Lisa's cousins pulled out, Don's sister actually pulled out sparklers because we still have some little kids in our family.
Yeah.
And Sammy, of course, she wanted one too, so she had one. But we noticed, we were actually kind of joking that these sparklers, remember it would be a big spark and you could
write your name in the air, yeah.
These things were tiny and by the time you did one line it had disappeared. These things were so chintzy. And so of course, being old, we're all like, these things suck now. Like everything else sucks now. And when we were kids it was better.
Uh-huh.
But then all of a sudden it's like a war zone and we loved every second of it. We're like, no, this is better than it used to be.
Speaking of war zones, that's what it feels like to me every 4th of July.
Do you have any PTSD of any kind?
At times, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, we'll get back to that. Good morning there, Mrs. Lucatardo. How are you?
Good, how are you?
And what part of the world are you in right now?
I've made it back to New York.
Oh, you sound very excited about that.
Well, it's hotter here than it is in Hawaii.
Wow, is that right?
Wow.
Well,
yeah, I like the heat, though, so I'm not complaining.
Well, yeah, it's hotter here now because you're on the phone.
I don't know about that, but yeah.
Chris Thomas is here, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Thomas on the phone. How's it going, Chris? How are you?
I live a good life, Tony Walker. I live a good life. Yeah, I just got back from Hawaii, and
I saw that.
I'm power washing. I'm calling about the Bronx Tale thing, and not that I'm I know it's like a guy's thing, but if you have the chance, and I felt like this, also when I comment, it comes up 10, 15 minutes later, and then it doesn't make sense. So you're just going to have to hear my lovely voice.
That's fine with me.
But Colin Quinn does this segment, who is, as you know, I've seen him at Governor's. He's a friend of Governor's.
Yes.
And he does this great segment where he walks around. He just walks around with people. You would be great at doing a Long Island one. And he'll walk around like his childhood friend that was the crazy kid from Alphabet City and walk around and talk about it. So he did with Chaz on Arthur Avenue, I think.
Yes, I think
it might have been Little Italy.
Yeah, I think I saw that. Yes.
It was really, I like when people are real, but I really am a fan of Colin Quinn. It's not even just, I would not even say there was funny parts, but it's a nice compliment to the Bronx Tale
It
because
is.
they walk.
Is it Arthur Avenue?
I think
In
so.
the Bronx, because I think I remember seeing the two of them.
I
walk.
feel like it was Arthur Avenue because they went
Yeah.
into that one shop where it's like different booths and you have to, but it's like the meat store. But if someone's never seen the Bronx Tale and they're going to see it, or they even just know it and they're going to see the play, this kind of segment, which I think it's only not that long, 15 minutes maybe,
Yeah.
is like a great compliment to it. And then it'll be fun when you next time that person goes up to Arthur Avenue, you'll be like, oh, I saw it.
Yeah.
So I
All
just
right.
wanted to.
Yeah, I'll
that.
definitely
And
check
I-
that out.
I'm excited the play's coming now. Can you just tell me? I'm just set. I can't watch, but where is the play going to be again? I know you said it 17 times, but
it's
let's
all right.
make it 18.
So in Belmore they have that big movie theater. It's a regular movie theater with 8 different theaters in it, and then right down the block is another Belmore movie theater that only has one movie. Oh, where you came? You were there? Where you
Comic Sans.
Where you saw Comic Sans? Yes, that's where we had the big premiere.
Sure.
Right. Yes, it's playing there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good to know. All right. Yeah, so let the public. I know you said you were going to go to. Oh, well, you're going on August 2nd.
August
All
2nd
right.
because they're saying that. Let me read this. It says August 2nd only. There's an after show talk back with Chaz Palminteri. I don't know what that means. Talk back.
I've
So I don't know if
never
that.
heard that
Yeah,
term.
I've never heard that. So I don't know if that means he's going to be there, or it's maybe a pre-recorded thing that he's going to talk again after the
Yeah.
movie, or it's a Zoom setup where the audience can ask some questions. I have no idea. But the guy that's running this with the theater that's running this, he's going to be in here next Wednesday. So we're going to get the whole skinny then.
Oh, that'll be great. All right,
Yeah.
great.
And
That's a great.
If you're around Wednesday, come on in and join us.
I feel like that. I hate to go on other people's shows. I feel like I block them. You know what I'm saying? Like I try to be quiet when I'm there, but
You are Chris Thomas. It's hard not to block when you're here.
okay. So let me just put that on there and knock them dead. Well, I don't want to be like if it's someone's show, then who's this annoying woman with this voice that shows up?
The annoying woman with this voice. Look at all these people with their voices and their talking. You're always welcome here, and you always add to it. I mean,
Wednesday the 16th.
that is correct.
We'll see. I put on my calendar.
Cool.
You never know. I'm like I can't commit to things. I'm like the wind, but I show up.
Unless
I show
it's
up.
a trip to Hawaii or the house in
yeah.
Kachog.
I haven't been able to get out there. You know that all the world traveling stuff like that's that's Joe. That's not me. I would be like, we'll go tomorrow. Let's just get on the plane. Like, looks like next week's open. Let's go that way. That's how I roll.
Yes.
I would do that though. Let's go next week.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's gotten me 51 years.
I'm sorry, what's 51 years?
Well, that kind of approach towards life has gotten me 51 years.
Oh, I see what you're saying. And no, it's a great approach to life. I admire it, and I love that you do that.
What is she power washing?
I don't know. What are you power
What am
washing?
What am I not power washing? I actually don't. I have a little whole shtick on power washing. So I just got a new one, so I have to set up. But I power wash everything that doesn't move. I mean, you name it. I'll power wash sneakers. The stuff off the stove and power. I'm going to power wash the fence.
When you hold the wand, being an ex-military guy, do you hold the wand like it's a machine gun, or you just hold it?
It's electric powered. I wouldn't hold it at my shoulder because I'm usually pointing down, so I just hold it down.
Okay, I gotcha.
Very nice.
Yeah, even if I'm pointing something laterally, I don't put it against my shoulder. It's probably too short. Then it would be so close to my face. And like I said, I use an electric one. I have used gas-powered ones, but you could take off a toe with those.
Just a toe? That's amateur.
Yes.
Well, it is. Well, it's funny, Tony. I mean, not to change the subject, but I was on vacation with my brother, so we have lots of interesting conversations. But we had a conversation, and we were going to call you but we did. I didn't want to bother you because the time changed. But the conversation was, where have all the metal hooked arm people gone? Like, remember when we were kids? Like, a lot of people had metal hooks, and my brother says that the prosthetics now are so good you don't even know it's a real hand. And that's why no one has a metal hook. Is this true? Do they not have metal hooks hands anymore?
So what your brother said is true. The advancements in the technology is the technology is so advanced. Yes, you don't. I mean, I get it. People tell me all the time that they had no idea that I'm walking with a prosthetic until they see it. However, and it's funny you bring this up because I went to school. Brian and I went to school with this kid named Evan, whose father had an amputated arm, and he had the hook when we were kids. And I have not seen this kid Evan since high school. Completely lost touch with him, and then just in May in June we did a murder mystery in Hicksville. This kid's Evan's parents were in the audience. I had not seen these people in I think since elementary school, and
wow.
I turned to him and I said, "I remember you. You had the hook."
Yeah.
And he didn't have the hook on that night. He has a hand. But he did say at home he does still have a hook, and like that's interchangeable. He can take the hand off and put the hook on. So
so he had a hand that looks like a hand.
Correct.
And does it move?
Yes.
No way. That's what it must be then.
Right. Well, when I go to my prosthetic place, to get updates and get an oil change on my leg, sometimes if I'm sitting there for a while, I'll play with stuff, and you could put your you can put your arm into a socket of a fake hand, and so basically if you're moving your elbow, I don't know if you can see the screen, like if the way I'm moving, basically the muscles basically the muscles that you would use to move your fingers, if you look. Yeah, I know it's delayed, but if you look close, you can see as I'm moving my fingers, they're close to the elbow. You can see that their muscles moving. So if you just do the same thing, if you didn't have a hand, but you're still using those muscles, there's sensors in the socket that those muscles hit, and it knows exactly what finger your muscle is doing, so that the fake hand will move properly. Each finger will move separately.
That's wild.
Oh, it's amazing what they do. It's amazing.
Wow. So that's why there's no hooks anymore.
Right.
Interesting.
But they do still make
really
them, and this gentleman still has one.
Well, his could be vintage.
Yeah, but he's able to hook it up to his current fake arm. So I'm guessing it's a fairly new one.
Oh, interesting. That answered our question, because I don't know even how we got on the subject, but I was telling Kevin, you don't see those hook hands anymore. You used to see them more frequently now. Because of thalidomide or whatever it was called, or Vietnam, or maybe no one's losing their hands anymore. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
apparently not.
But let me just throw out there, you could have called me. You can call me anytime. You know that.
But I mean, I was so off. It's like 7 hours ahead or something.
So what?
So it was.
So what?
Oh, and we're gonna wake you up and be like, Tony, we just have to ask you about the hook. Welcome to the Thomases have downtime together.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't think I'd be surprised.
Yeah. All right. Well, hopefully I'll see you soon. I think I'll be in for David Tell's this Saturday, by the way.
Yeah, he is this Saturday. You're going to come to that?
I believe Joe and I are coming for the earlier show. I mean, the guy's hilarious.
Oh, he is. He's one of the best. David Tell,
one of the. He's an OG.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he is so not going to promote himself. He's not going to. But if you want to see the comic genius, go see David Tell.
And you will not see him in this room. We've given up on asking him. He's turned us down so many times when he's here that we don't even ask him anymore.
Well,
so
I don't even know if he does. Does he even do interviews?
Yeah, it is. It's a very rare thing for him, which is why I think why he turns us down. But we've asked him many times. So yeah, come to the club. It'll be better anyway, and you'll laugh your ass off with David Tell. He is. Yeah, he is.
God,
he's fantastic.
So funny. So we'll probably be in for that, and then as you know, we have the Colin Jost tickets. My daughter cannot wait. She thinks he's going to leave Scarlett Johansson for him. I disagree, but.
Yeah, I'm going to try and get here that night, too. This place is going to be mobbed that night, that's for sure. So
I'm sure. The young girls love him, apparently.
Yes. Yes, they do.
So-
Yeah, I'm going to try and get here that night too, and we'll try to get him in here. I don't know if I don't know what kind of luck I'll have, but I'll definitely try if I get here.
All right. But if not, I'll come in to knock him dead. I should have probably came in today. Never know, my clock's all off. But
All right, well, that's
what
all
else
right.
is
So
new?
come next week, and we'll meet this guy and hear about a Bronx Tale.
Yeah, and everyone watch that Colin Quinn segment. And again, I'd like you to watch it because I think you would be great doing that on Long Island. You would be great.
I stay away from the Long Island stuff because comedian Tom Kelly does all that Long Island stuff.
I agree, but
Yeah.
he doesn't walk around with people.
He does sometimes. He does not every time, but sometimes he
his
does.
stuff.
So
I
yeah.
saw him with the Wiggle Man yesterday. That was pretty brave of him.
Who?
The Wiggle
You
Man?
didn't see him do like the Wiggle dancer that shows up at all the free Nassau County. Apparently, there's a Wiggle dancer.
Oh
guy that
yes, and I have seen that guy at concerts. Absolutely, I have.
And he went up to him and danced with him. Like, did you watch the segment? That is great.
Yeah, I did see. I didn't watch the whole thing. I did see a little bit of it. Yeah, I'll go back and watch it. Tom's great. I
Funny.
love Tom. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But I like your interview skills. And like I said, you know everybody. Like, you'd be like, oh, we're going to this town, and we're going to the unofficial mayor of this town. Or, I mean, just name it. Oh, we're going to something. We're being with the...
Yeah.
Been here for, 20 years. I mean, those people have stories. They have body stories, things that are thrown out.
No, you're
telling
absolutely
you.
right. You're absolutely right. I would
And you're
love to do
great
something
at
like
that.
Well, thanks. That's very
You'd
nice.
be great at it. No, I really think so.
Cool.
All right, well, I'll let you get back to your regularly scheduled program. Sorry to interrupt for so long. I just had to say that.
No, always a pleasure, baby. Thank you so much.
All right, see you soon. Bye-bye.
See ya. Bye-bye. So what she's referring to, this Wiggle guy, if you go to like some of these local concerts that they bring the band shell into a park and
Oh,
they're
yeah.
free concerts. I've seen this guy a million times at locally. Like, people come with their lawn chairs and they can watch the show, and there's usually maybe, a little bit of space between the stage and where people sit up their lawn chairs. Some people might get up to dance. But this guy's always the first. Like, I don't even think he brings a chair. He's always right there from the start of the show. And he's an older fella. I think he's easily in his 60s. But he just gets up in front of the stage and he just all these weird.
And he's called the Wiggle Man.
Well, I've never heard that term before.
Oh.
I think Tom has been using it. Maybe it's been around. I don't know. But yeah, he just. And he's not there for the whole show, or he's not up there dancing like that for the whole show, but most of the show, this guy is up there, and it doesn't matter. Like, other people might get up to dance. Like, he doesn't acknowledge. He's in his own world doing his own thing. And, yeah, he's been around for years doing this. Yeah, and Tom Kelly just made a video about him. So that's
You
what
gave
that
me
was.
a look when I was talking about the power washer.
No, because she said something about holding it, pointing it down, and then something about getting it too close to her face. So I was thinking like Fremder, basically.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so that's why
gotcha.
that was like the little second
I
grader. Let's not get caught laughing by the teacher
Yes.
look. Yes,
Yeah.
that's what that was. All right, it's almost time to go, but when Chris called you, so when the fireworks go off, you get some PTSD.
I do.
Really?
The loud ones. And believe it or not,
To what extent? What do you just get scared or flashbacks? You're screaming. You have to run inside. What?
No, I remember the first couple of years I was home. One time, I went to the ground.
Really?
Yeah, I went to the ground. Immediately got up. It was only a second. But it's so similar. The big booms are so similar, and I just feel it right here.
Yeah.
You just feel it right here and here. It's just, it's the same sound. It's eerie.
A few years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, if you guys remember, there was a big shooting in a mall in North Carolina. I remember watching it on TV and stuff. Well, Don was there. He was in the mall. And he tells his story. He's his wife, and I think it was his mother-in-law, was it? And some of the kids, they're in some clothing store. So Don is in the mall, but outside the store. He's bored. He doesn't want to walk through this women's clothing store. And he looks, and he sees just a ton of people are coming, like running towards him. He's like, what the fuck? And then all of a sudden, then he hears pop, 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 pop. He gets back in. He goes into the store. They actually had to, like, it was like protocol, unfortunately. Like, they know how to do this shit. They had, like, their regimen. Okay, we have to do this. We have to lock this door. And we have to go sit and hide over here.
Mm-hmm.
And they did. They stayed there for a couple of hours, if I remember the story right. So this year, last Wednesday, actually, PAL, we had a Ducks game. A bunch of us went. And we had some extra tickets, so Don and one of his daughters came with us to the Ducks game.
Nice.
They did, I think, the best fireworks show I've ever seen. I mean, it was just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But
they do a nice job with the fireworks.
So they do the fireworks show, and now the lights are on and people are leaving. I mean, this place was 3/4 empty. But I was there with the PAL, so, there's a bunch of us there, so we're still talking to people, and we're, like, slowly working our way out. Don goes to the bathroom. And this is about 20 minutes after the fireworks ended. And like I said, the stadium lights are on, people are leaving. I'm telling you, 3/4 of the place was gone. All of a sudden, boom, the fireworks start again. Don comes out of the bathroom freaking out. Again, because it was at least 20 minutes since the fireworks show ended. He thought it was gunshots. So all he thought was, holy shit, my daughter's out there. I'm here in the bathroom. So he comes running out in a panic, only to discover, for whatever reason, they're doing fireworks again. I mean, we laughed about it, but there was a part of me that felt bad for him.
Yeah.
So
it's not fun.
It's definitely not the same level of what you've experienced. I just saw him. That little son of a bitch was right by your head.
He just woke up from his nap, had a little snack.
Fucker. Yeah, so that's a serious. Does it happen any other time?
Sometimes in any neighborhood you'll hear a pop, pop, pop.
Yeah.
It could be just a car backfiring. These cars have these weird mufflers.
Yes.
And that was a pretty good dance move you just did. Like a swashbuckler.
He was flying right past, so I was hoping to make contact. All right, sorry.
That's okay. And you'll get hyper vigilant like Dawn. You'll get hyper vigilant. Just driving around that night, and it was just so loud. For some reason, last year, the past several years, seems like it's just getting louder and louder and louder. The bigger boom, the bigger party. I have no idea.
So I was saying before how much I'm enjoying that, but I guess you're not enjoying that.
And I love fireworks.
Yeah, I do too.
And I love fireworks, but I remember going to the Duck Stadium. I had to go to the parking lot to watch them because they're right in center field, right?
Yeah, right behind the screen.
It was too close.
And it's funny you say that because that was something Don and I said. That was one of the reasons why we loved it so much.
Yeah,
because we felt like it was right in our face. We're like, holy crap, this is cool.
Yeah,
but that puts a whole
fireworks are
different
beautiful.
perspective.
They're beautiful, obviously.
Yeah.
But when they make that, especially the cascade of colors.
Yeah.
But then you hear the big boom.
Right.
And it always rises up because I know the boom is coming. And it's boom. And so
wow.
I'll be going to therapy again this week.
All right. With that, all right, I'll take it, but we got to go. My friend, I don't mean to be rude, but we got to go. So we got to make this quick.
No, that's all right. I just wanted to talk about PSD, about the police department when the guys came back from Vietnam.
Yeah.
It was every 4th of July for about 5 or 6 years for those four guys. It was terrible for them.
Oh, I'm
they
sure.
They would actually run out of the radio car and hide in buildings and stuff.
Goodness. Yeah, that's
it was terrible.
And it's a shame because we're celebrating. It's such an important holiday.
It is. Yeah.
And but
yeah.
Yeah, that's
very terrible. It was a terrible show today, guys. Try to beef it up. I love you. Goodbye.
Yeah, I don't know. He was commenting the whole time about beefing it up and making it better. I don't know what was wrong with it.
I don't know. I think we did a lovely job.
Well, at 1:00 it'll be better. Peter Schwartz, today's Sports Bash. Robert Neary, who does a Neil Diamond tribute show. That is Peter's guest today. So it'll be better, I guess. And I don't know if this gentleman is singing or not. But do you like Neil Diamond? You struck me as somebody who would. Yeah.
Yeah, I was never a huge fan, but obviously the big ones. Very talented man.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, very talented.
Let me see. Let me see real quick with comments here. See you, Mara. Right. Carol was trying to help me out with Rosie's name here.
Oh.
See you. Let's see. Friend is making fun of you about that. Scott has been cracking me up lately. He's been watching the other shows here on Gov's Comedy Club podcast, and he's been commenting with a lot of funny comments. I usually spend the 4th of July alone in my room sipping tea wearing a red coat.
What?
Front what? Scott says, I just bought a power washer from my Amish neighbor. Took me 7 hours to finish my imaginary house. Andrea, that's hysterical. I power wash everything. I bought a super soaker so I can power wash the cats to go inside. That sounds like abuse. Now I just show them and they run like hell. That's a little... Andrew's got to get through this foot thing and get back to work. And I love my Wednesdays with Magic Mike. Looking forward to seeing what Frank has tomorrow. See you then. Okay, thanks, and we'll see you later. Everybody's saying goodbye. Scott, I'm looking forward to Tony doing a comedy bit, walking through Wyandan saying, "What's up, my neighbor?" Okay. Yeah, I wonder how long I'd last there. Shooting at a mall. Where are they filming? And was Alec Baldwin there? Oh, okay. Neil Diamond on a sports show. Makes sense to me. Yeah, I have no idea. So apparently it's Music Bash today. But that's fine. Why not? Let's do it. It'll be great. It's Peter. So do that. We'll see you at 1 o'clock. Don't forget, Governors here in Levittown and in the Giggle Room and the Brokerage in Belmore and McGuire's in Bohemia. The Laugh Off is going on. Josh Firestein is playing the club tomorrow. David Tell on Friday. Also on Friday in the Giggle Room, Terry McNeely, Sean Brown, Denny Calabrese, Chris Cassandro. At the Brokerage this weekend, J.J. Ramirez. Our pal Jim Florentine is out at McGuire's this weekend. Also at McGuire's on Saturday, Rob White, Peter Anthony, Courtney Ortera, and Billy Geyer. And don't forget, tonight is the big night at the Room at the Clubhouse in East Hampton. Tom Arnold. That's tonight. Let's see. So we got Peter at 1. We got Circling the Drain at 7 o'clock tonight. Coffee with Dog tomorrow morning at 9. Me, Frank, and Jeff in here tomorrow talking to May Pang at 11. No Sports Bash tomorrow, but there is Recipe for Laughter at 6:30 and Primal Scream with Nick Greystone at 8 o'clock. So lots of stuff going on. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today. Again, please share and tell everybody you know about all the great shows here on Gov's Comedy Club podcast. Peter's coming up at 1 o'clock. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, pal.
With Tony Ciafalo and maybe Greg Halverson and maybe Chris Thomas. All right, everybody enjoy your day. We'll see you with Peter in a half hour. See ya.